In today's video, we're checking out an affordable electric guitar from the folks at Artist Guitars. This is their TC-59. Now this is a lefty, so the model number has an L on it, but you can of course get this in a righty. If you're right-handed, there's also two different colors to choose from. While I have reviewed one of these on the channel many years ago, I thought I'd do an up-to-date review with better tone and hopefully better playing as well. Before we get into this video, a huge thanks to the folks from Artist Guitars for sending this out. If you want to check it out, I'll link it down in the description box below. Just know you're about to hear this in the jam track in both single coil or split coil mode and full humbucker mode. It has a push-pull on the tone control. Keep an eye on the annotations on screen. I think this thing sounds pretty wild. Let's get into it. Here's the Artist TC-59 up close. This is an American ash body, and these can weigh up to about 4.5 kilograms, and I'll put the pounds conversion on screen, so they can weigh quite a bit for a Telecaster. The high gloss blonde finish on this guitar looks really nice, but the great news is we get a nice soft satin neck, so it doesn't feel sticky to play whatsoever. We get two Artist Guitars bullbucker pickups, and this has one of the most musical push-pull pots I've used in quite some time when it comes to the coil split or single coil option. So with the tone control up, it allows you to get into traditional Tele territory. With it down, we're utilizing the humbucker tones. We get one volume control, one tone control, and the traditional three-way switch for switching between pickups. Artist Guitars went with a modern ashtray back here, so there's no high edges on either side, making it a little bit more comfortable to play. We get a string-through body. There's 6 unique saddles, so it's not like the old school Teles where you'd only have 3 brass saddles. I actually quite like those, but I think on a design like this that is all chromed out, I think it actually looks pretty good. This guitar comes loaded with a bone nut locking tuners, which is always a really nice premium upgrade. It's got a maple neck and also a maple fretboard with these nice black dot inlays. Revisiting this guitar long after I actually first got to play it has been a real eye-opener. Yes, it's still heavy, but I think this thing sounds ridiculously good. And I'll hopefully showcase that throughout the video. If you want to check this out, I'll link it down below. Here we go. Let's start with some clean tones. We're going to cycle through each of the pickup combinations, starting on neck in single or split coil mode, thanks to this tone control up. Here we go. This is one of my favorite sounds clean. Here we go. Really does nail that sound. And now over to humbucker mode, which obviously is dead silent, there's no noise. Increase in the mid-tone and also just a bigger, louder sound overall. That's extremely usable. Over to both pickups in single coil mode. The snap on the top end there is awesome. Humbucker mode. Notice the top end on the humbucker mode is absolutely there. Single. Over to bridge, this is the single coil. And humbucker mode. So there's plenty of great sounds in there, whether you're playing chords or lead. Those humbuckers definitely have quite a lot of output. You can hear a huge difference between that and obviously the split coil mode, which is normal, but they're almost clipping the clean channel, which is pretty sweet. Let's try some dirty blues tones now, starting on the bridge pickup, but I'm going to start with the volume control down. Have a listen to this. Sounds really nice to my ear. Over to neck pickup in humbucker mode. Yeah, and over to both. It's got that really nice spanky tone. Once you start adding a bit of drive, it still retains all the clarity. Let's try some high gain tones now. What you're about to hear is what I used in the intro track. So it's a clon pushing the Marshall DSL 40CR crunch channel. I'm going to start with the volume at about 1 or 2 on the dial here. So this is bridge pickup. That feels really good. I hope you like the tone. And lastly, over to both pickups. Let's try all 3 on the single coil mode. I think I like that more. Neck. Volume down. Great dynamics as well, and volume all the way up. It's heavy, but man, it feels and plays great. Let's wrap this video up. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the TC-59 from Artist Guitars. Locking tuners, awesome. It's very playable, no problems there whatsoever. The only minor complaint I have with it is still its weight. It still feels quite heavy. It doesn't feel quite as heavy as the last one that I got to test, but it's still pushing 5 kilograms. And if you times that by 2.2, that's how heavy it is in pounds. So yeah, one of the things I've really come to appreciate with this guitar now after testing it again is just how great it sounds. Whether I'm playing clean or dirty or with high gain tones, I'm able to make it work whether I'm playing in humbucker mode or in that split coil mode as well. So that's really great. The volume taper is also very good. So if I turn down, it cleans up beautifully. If I turn up, I get all of my volume and gain back. So it's really cool. Yeah, again, the only complaint with this is it might be too heavy for some people, but the price that this thing comes in at, it is really something special. And coming back to it all these years later, after testing out Hartley Bentons and many other brands over the last few years, it really puts into perspective how great this actually is. Minus the issue with the weight, there's maybe only one other compromise with this guitar, being that it's as affordable as it is, and that's this 3-way toggle switch. It just feels a little too loose for my liking. I'd probably have that replaced sooner than later, but it does work and does stay in the correct position. It just feels a little bit too easy to move. This neck feels so good in the hand. It feels like a far more expensive guitar than it is. So a huge thanks to the folks at Artist Guitars for sending this out. If you want to check it out, I'll link it down below. Subscribe, click the bell, leave a comment down below if you've already got one of these or if you're thinking about buying one, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.